Making a Tree Grower magazine article on the website. I'm going to make an article under February 2018, so add child, right click normal page, open link in new tab. This is so that we can have the page that we're working on in one tab and the pages in another. Title, author, add part, so that's here. Publish date, make sure that this is the same publish date as the magazine that we have the article from. Layout is fine in here unless it's an article supported by the Growers Commodity Levy. If it's supported by the Commodity Levy, it's FFM plus levy. Otherwise, it's just inherit. CK Editor. There's always an introductory paragraph that's in a different, a larger font size. So we achieve that at the moment by turning that first one into a div, which is at the bottom here. And then I'm going to put a paragraph inside that div. And the way that I'm doing that currently is paste as code, and I'm going to put the p tags in. So that's going to put the paragraph tags into that div. Then I'm going to get the text that I want in that introductory paragraph. You can make more than one paragraph here too. Like, I can click enter inside there and I've got another paragraph, or I can delete it. Here I've got an arrow to create the next part of this document. So I'll click that and I've got another paragraph. However, this div needs to be formatted, styled should I say. So right click on it and edit div. And I'm just going to put intro, which is the style for that paragraph. And it's done. Now I'm going to get the rest of the document and I'm going to paste it in there from the Tree Grower. So what happens often with these magazines, if I copy all of this and that's luckily excluding the actual introductory text. That looks fine. Copy. And then I'm going to paste it here. And at the bottom here I'm going to click enter. Then I'm going to get the rest of that document, which is on the next page. And that's all copying in order, which is good. If it's not going to copy in order, then you have to do one piece at a time. If I keep going down here, it's going to highlight all of the text that's inside the photographs. So I need to note that. And I don't want this stuff here, so I'm just going to copy that bit. But I can see that I've highlighted the text in those. So I'll have to find that. What was that text that I was copying that I didn't want? cut over cam in action and preparing for launch. I can reintroduce those later with the photographs. Now, once I've got all the text in, I haven't yet, it's quite a long article. So this is the wrong order. It's going from here to here to here. I don't want that. I want from here, and then I want that text. So I'm just going to do this bit. That's the whole article now. I'll join that later. Once I've got all the text in there, I'm going to have to work on it. But first, I click Save. This is important. Now I can work on it. After I've saved it, I'm going to create a gap here. There's a lot of these in the Tree Grower articles where the editor for some reason doesn't leave a space after a full stop. And make sure that it's saved after you've done that initial pasting before you do this work. There we go. So I'm going to go through it all one paragraph at a time, and I'm going to check the titles as well. So there's two types of titles that I'm going to use, either H3 or H4. H3 or H4. And the articles themselves use, that's the H3, the larger heading, and then the smaller heading is the H4, which is a subheading. So I'm going to just check as I go what is to be a subheading and what is to be a proper heading. Okay. So not to be seen is an H3, and then I'm just going to carry on working through the document. See, that sort of stuff. Make sure that it's all formatted as it is, or as it should be, in terms of paragraphs. Quite time consuming going through it all looking for these, but that's the breaks. H3. It's an H4. Space. Make sure that anything that needs italicizing is italicized. Alright, so that's all the text sorted in the article, and it's worth saving at this point. Alright, so I might have some photos that I've prepared. I'm selecting these 3 photos and uploading them all at once. And inserting the photos into the article requires another video. I'm going to save it because they are attached to the page at this point and it's easy to insert them. But I'm just going to have a look at this article at this point. It's got the author, it's got the title. This has an article supported by the commodity levy. We've got the introductory paragraph in larger text. We've got the whole article looking quite smart, but it pays to actually have a look through carefully to make sure that there's nothing missing, especially titles. And I can see something here that needs correcting. That's fine, I'll do that. If I want to install a photograph, it really needs to be below this point. So normally I would install it about here, just above not to be seen and below 0, just to show how it's done. I'm going to click enter. I've got a paragraph. I'm going to insert this photo. I'm going to double click on the photo, get the sizing. I'm going to put it right. I'm going to click caption the image. There it is, but actually I'm going to remove the caption here. But the captioning provides the ability for me to move it around the page and also gives me margins, etc. for the photo. So that's fine. Let's save it and have a look at that photo. Refresh the page and there's that image.